When a franchise as vast as Star Wars is born, some of its properties are likely to become unnoticed or forgotten. And today I'm examining Droids, an 80s cartoon series that is definitely one of those things. Set before even A New Hope, it concerns C-3PO and R2-D2's misadventures. There were 13 episodes too many, and I'll be dissecting the second, Escape into Terror. The previous episode showed the droids joining forces with Thor, a capable collected mechanic and land speed racer, who I assume has a complicated relationship with his barber. Jord, his playful best friend with similar land speed racing and mechanical inclinations, and Kia, a woman with hair. People who are aware of the show, yes, all three of them, often observe similarities between Kia and Rey, which I think basically means they both wear goggles sometimes, because I see no other common personality traits. In fact, in Kia's case, I see no personality traits. The episode opens with our droids fixing a ship from the outside. C-3PO starts floating away. We cut to the inside of the ship where Kia is lamenting the fact she's entrusting two maniacs to help her out. Jord, who's working on another part of the ship, says something like, 3PO and R2-D2 aren't bad. And Kia's like, I wasn't talking about them. Oh, that's unnecessary. But to be fair, that does fit the general theme of the show. Cut back to the droids. R2 rescues 3PO from floating, and in the ensuing hijinks, 3PO slips a disc, which I think is a pun because he's electronic, but somehow I'm not sure. It's revealed an important part of the ship was lost, but a new one can be found in Anu, where the group can stay with Kia's mother. As they set course, we cut to a long table of identical henchmen, headed by mob boss Size From, whose son Tig From's plans to use Trigon 1, a planet-destroying weapon, were foiled by the gang in the last episode. After insulting his son, From reveals he's pursuing our heroes, because he would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids and their dumb droids. Well, he doesn't say that, but I don't know why not. It's not like there's another show that uses a phrase like that. We return to the meddling kids and their dumb droids, now on Anu, who are queuing to register as visitors. Jord says how waiting to register is taking longer than the journey itself, at a speed that feels longer than the entire series. Something I noticed about Jord is he always delivers unremarkable lines as if they're jokes. Like in the first episode, he says to one character, nice suit, then he gets pushed into a chair and goes, nice seat. It's honestly the most bewildering ability I've ever seen in Star Wars. It's like his own brand of Jedi mind trickery. Two of Size From's goons arrive in the building in search of our heroes and stand totally still, allowing enough time for R2 to go mad and the group to flee in a vehicle, at which point the two goons acknowledge them. The heroes then arrive at Kia's mother's house after a long and uncomfortable handshake. A scene with 3PO preparing to vacuum some animals begins immediately after starting. It feels like it's lasted too long. He bumps his head, expresses some discomfort, and then we move on. God, I'm glad they kept that scene in. The droids find a rebel base on the premises and 3PO says, oh, I had no idea Mistress Kia was a member of the Rebel Alliance. A reference I'd originally planned on praising, but I realised I'd just be praising a Star Wars story for mentioning something relevant to Star Wars, which is surely a prerequisite. Later, Kia rescues Thor from a robot sent by the Froms, because Thor knows the Trigon's location. The group decide to destroy the Trigon, and so they leave to find it. They've already destroyed the franchise, the Trigon seems like the next logical step. Thor and Kia stow away in a containment vessel, and the droids pose as workers. But briefly before boarding the ship, the droids come across the Froms. 3PO is worried that Tig From might recognise him from the previous meeting, but luckily, he just doesn't. No explanation why, he simply just doesn't seem to notice him standing right next to him. His father even goes, we're looking for two droids around here, see? While looking directly at him and then just moves on. Where are you going? These are the droids you're looking for. Eventually, they board the ship headed for the Trigon. But a meteor shower causes the containment vessel that Kia and Thor are stowed away in to be mixed up with several identical containment vessels. Oh wow, I wonder will they ever find the right one? Oh, they found it, never mind. In the process of finding it though, 3PO accidentally saves the From's bodyguard. Bizarre, I know, but do you really think that 3PO is capable of being intentionally useful? This grants him immediate access to the Trigon's hangar, where 3PO realises that an item he was given earlier is a thermal detonator. Thor uses the thermal detonator to blast open the ceiling doors, so why even give it to 3PO in the first place? Our heroes commandeer the Trigon 1. Kia suggests using it to destroy other gangsters, even though that is exactly what they were trying to stop the From family from doing this whole time. Thor goes, nah, too dangerous. Kia goes, ah, okay. And then it gets really good, because it ends. That was like 22 minutes. in basic repetitive slapstick time, which I'm sure this show runs on, that's like 5 hours. But yeah, basically not enjoyable. Like I said, the basic repetitive slapstick, there's bland characters, drab colour palette. And something I didn't even really start realising until I was editing this is how padded everything is. Like, I had to really condense that. I'm pretty sure every event I mentioned had like 2 hours of boring preamble in between them. I mean, there are, in the show's defence, a few episodes where these flaws are much less noticeable, and they're much better episodes. They've got a certain charm to them, they've got potential, but it's not enough to redeem for the rest of the show. It's not enough to give beyond a 4 out of 10, say. If you've got kids, show it to the one you don't like much, but other than that, there are a lot better animated Star Wars properties that stopped the franchise from getting in trouble again. Oh, I forgot to mention the theme song's called Trouble Again, didn't I? That was really important to that bit. If anyone is actually interested in watching, firstly, why? And secondly, I've left a link in the description. It's readily available right here on YouTube, folks. Stepping softly in a danger zone. No weapons in my hand, it's just this brain designed by man. It's got me in trouble again. Do 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 do. Trouble again. Do 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 do.